I feel like once we start a journey into productivity and self-improvement, there's so much to learn and remember. How to have the correct posture, be present, write fast, conquer fears, get well in social situations, focus, learn in general, not being overwhelmed. There are a lot of these life skills that we sort of apply to be our own best selves every day. But imagine yourself at 5 p.m. after a hard day's of work. You're so tired, so pretty much anything goes. And Whip's 3 hours just simply disappeared because you binged and you tensed up and overall find yourself miserable afterwards. And where is remembering to be your best self coming from? And that happens especially to me during certain periods of my day, usually after meals. And yes, I totally agree that habits is the answer and the most sustainable approach, but we need to form these habits. It can take up to more than 200 days if you're unlucky. So in order to speed up all of that, I've experimented with a solution that has worked unbelievably well for me so far and hopefully can help you as well. The solution is using what's called rules of thumb. And the rule of thumb, also called heuristic, is a broadly accurate guide or principle based on practice rather than theories. Instead of reading lots of books and reflecting for days trying to come up with this grand theory, you have these simple shortcuts, or standards called it that works most of the time. And here are a couple of examples of rules of thumb that I use. Most of the benefits in terms of quality of life is how good we breathe. So a rule of thumb I use for breathing is forward and back. Forward and back. Because then my stomach follows these simple instructions and I'm not running out of breath. Another rule of thumb I use is keep my mouth shut, unless I'm talking or eating, of course, since mouth breathing has many side effects, at least according to these two books. So if I only remember forward and back and keeping my mouth shut, my breathing is totally fine. Another rule of thumb I use for sleep is hands on bed. I've noticed that whenever I cannot sleep, it's usually because I'm not relaxed and my hands are usually curled up somehow. But if I just do that, just put my hands on whatever side of the hands on the bed itself, that sets up a cascade of other reactions that sort of help me relaxing and making me sleep. And in terms of posture, my rule of thumb is closing my back and closing my glutes, which automatically opens up the rest of the body, the one are usually closed. And in terms of writing, the rules of thumb I use is what's the next question I'm trying to answer, whether it's high level or main points or examples, stuff like that. And also write down my thoughts because I don't want to linger on my mind, so to speak. In terms of being present, one of my heuristics is look. Simply look, and then I put my attention on what I immediately see, whether it's a forest, a person, or simply my ceiling, let's be honest. And in terms of fear of failure, I use a simple phrase, that didn't work, please try again, which motivates me to do way more of that thing, trying to get it right. So as you can see by now, these rules of thumb are very simple, but also a little bit weird and counterintuitive. It's not like you hear advice such as close your back and look to be present. Like, there are more observations, like if I start to really look at something, I become present. So if I want to become present, I might as well look at something, right? And the beauty of these rules of thumb is that they are very personalized, suited for our unique situation. So if you have better ones that work especially good for you, then by all means use those. It's not no-brainer there. And you might see now the power in their simplicity. It's much easier to look than trying to remember how to become present again, or trying to visualize perfect posture where you just can close your back and open up the rest. Until then, let me know what are your rules of thumb that helps you do what you do, so we can all learn from each other. And as always, if you like this video, you can click the like button and subscribe. That's a good rule of thumb right there.